Welcome to Banff TV.
Good morning. My name is Ken McDonald. I'm Vice President of Programming for Discovery Channel, part of the Bell Media family. On behalf of Bell Media, I'd like to invite everybody, or welcome everybody here this morning for this eagerly anticipated session. And for those of you who turned out the lights at the E1 party last night, I'll try to speak softly. Actor and activist Ed Asner is perhaps one of the most versatile, committed, and eloquent talents in the business. For more than a decade, this year's Lifetime Achievement Award winner grumbled his way into the hearts of millions as the tough but lovable television news director Lou Grant, first on The Mary Tyler Moore Show, then on the critically acclaimed spin-off series Lou Grant. This character made him the only actor to ever win an Emmy for playing the same role in both a comedy and a drama. In fact, Mr. Asner's deft ability to cross over between comedy and drama has kept him in high demand throughout his career, both on stage and on screen. From standout small screen roles and guest appearances in Roots, Rich Man, Poor Man, The X-Files, Roseanne, The Practice, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip, CSI New York, I'm running out of breath, it goes on, to appearances and voice work in such films as They Call Me Mr. Tibbs, JFK, The Animal, and Elf, and of course, a starring role as another lovable curmudgeon, Carl Fredricksen in Pixar's box office and Academy Award-winning hit Up. With a passion for his profession, Mr. Asner is also a leading activist and spokesperson throughout his career, and in the face of controversy at times, he's been a strong labor issues and human rights advocate, speaking out on matters of world peace, environmental preservation, and political freedom, and speaking out from the heart. For his informed work and unfailing commitment in these areas, he's been honored with countless awards, including the Anne Frank Human Rights Award and the Eugene Debs Award. One of the most honored actors in the history of television, Ed Asner has been the recipient of 7 Emmy Awards and... Did I say something wrong? 7 Emmy Awards and 16 nominations, as well as 5 Golden Globe Awards. You, sir, must have the world's largest fireplace mantle. And in addition, he served as national president of the Screen Actors Guild for 2 terms. In 1996, he was inducted into the TV Academy Hall of Fame. And guess what, folks? He isn't slowing down. In fact, Ed Asner defies all Hollywood rules on aging at 81. With over 100 TV credits, he's just sent the HBO movie Too Big to Fail to air. He's got a guest spot on the USA Network series Royal Pains. He's prepping half a dozen other movies and continues to tour cross-country in the U.S. with his one-man play, FDR. Ladies and gentlemen, he would probably not like the description, but it is absolutely true. Ed Asner is an icon, and we welcome you to Banff, sir. Here to guide us along the path of Mr. Asner's outstanding career is business and entertainment reporter, critic, and pop culture commentator Sean Davidson. Sean's currently the Canadian and East Coast U.S. Bureau Chief for C21 Media. So please join me in welcoming Sean and Ed Asner.
Ed, thanks for being here.
Dave.
Congratulations again on the win. Lifetime Achievement Awards are sometimes viewed by their recipients as mixed blessings, and you've had a couple others. I know SAG gave you one recently, and I think the Sedona Film Festival. How does it feel to be in the Lifetime Club?
I was warned about that very early on when I had the same publicist as David Jansen. And he was told by his publicist that some southern city or town wished to honor him. And David said, who couldn't they get? So I would very much like to know, who couldn't you get? Whose life achievement wasn't over yet?
You were here, unless IMDb is lying to me, you were at Banff at least once before in 1987, and you received the Banff Award of Excellence, which I believe is an award that's not done anymore. What was that for, or what brought that on?
I don't remember a goddamn thing about that. Actually, I didn't want to come back here.
Hate mountains?
All I can remember was I was with a lady I liked, and she got some cockamamie idea of going to walk someplace. And even then I couldn't walk. And we did nothing but spend the afternoon in the hot sun, and it was hot that day, walking on scree. And my feet were so twisted, tortured, and blistered that Banff always caused me to spit after that. So this has been an unbelievable turn of events and reverse blessing. 180 degrees this has been. So I'm glad that they stopped that. I'm glad they cut out that award and made this one.
You once said, and you were describing your early career when you were finding your way into acting, you once said that you didn't particularly want to act, but that, quote, you take what you can get.
What?
You take what you can get, that one takes what one can get.
I really didn't want to act?
That's what you told the Academy of Television.
I lied.
Okay.
That's a grievous lie.
All right. I'll alert the Academy.
I like to shine. I love acting, and I continue living just so I can continue acting.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Either they wrote it down wrong, which happens, you know. Either they wrote it down wrong, or I was drunk.
Right. It seems then that, and again in your early days, that you didn't really have a fallback career. I mean, what would you be doing if for some reason you hadn't been acting?
Well, I had dreams of being an archaeologist or being a deep sea diver when I was a kid. Had I been stuck in my father's business, I would have been happy. He was a junk man.
In Kansas City?
Yeah, and it's a wonderful business. The original reclaimers. I had a lovely time, as long as I didn't have to handle all the other crap that a junk man of his nature had to handle in those days. Filthy stuff. But the steel and the metals, that's the beautiful part of being a junkman's son.
The beautiful part.
Yeah.
When you
for instance, when they had a police auction, they would, in Kansas City, in Lake Michigan, Chicago, when they amass all the guns, they take them out to Lake Michigan, they dump them in the lake. In Kansas City, they jimmy the guns, so that every now and then my father would buy 2-3 barrels of guns, of jimmied guns, from the police department. And as a kid, I mean, I had, all I needed was a holster. So it was fantastic.
you're walking around with, effectively,
I was armed to the teeth.
That must have really tipped the scales when it came to playing cops, robbers, cowboys, Indians.
You mean because I had my own weapons?
Yeah.
I never knew how to shoot an arrow, though. But there was, for instance, one nice thing about being a junkman, son. In those days, you bought magazines and papers. And one day I was going through some collection of magazines and books, and I stumbled across a Morocco-bound, gold leaf-edged pages of Alexander Pope's translation of the Iliad, 1854. And you found treasures like this all the time, and it was wonderful.
A lot of, again, when you were